welcome back. My name's Christy. Thank you for joining me today. So in today's really quick mini episode, I am going through 3 scenes from Dance Moms season 4. I think it's episode 21. I think it's called Double the Mom, Double the Trouble. This is the episode that we are recapping this week on Back to the Bar, which is my podcast with Kelly, where we go back, we recap old Dance Moms episodes, and we give you like all the behind the scenes dirt and tea and all those fun things. Great stories. So if you aren't listening, make sure you check it out. But in this week's episode, we recapped this episode. So I pulled 3 scenes from that episode that really stood out to me as either iconic or insane. We're gonna react to them, and I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, if I think they're iconic or they're insane, and I want you to join in the comments and give me your opinion. We're starting off strong. This is a scene where I assign all of the new moms their nicknames. I had a really hard time remembering those new moms' names because to me, they're all just vanilla.
I can't remember any of these new moms' names because to me, they're all just vanilla. So I had to assign my own names so I can remember them. The one with the purple hair, she's Dud Muffin, because she's about as fun as a dud. Then I have Boring Glory. Every time she opens her mouth, it's like, wah, wah, wah. Then we have Frumpelstiltskin. Then I have Count Stockula, because that tall one has been stalking us for 3 years, desperate to get her kid on the team. And the one with the red head, she's just, what's her face? Because I can't remember that woman's name. And then there's Christi. She's like a Bible-thumping, fire and brimstone, Old Testament-style dance mom. I like that we're now calling Christi because otherwise you might get us confused.
I'm just gonna say this, the fact that I called someone Frumpelstiltskin on national television is really mean. I know that Christi and the fire and brimstone thing, that's worse, I think, because I know it's offensive to my religious followers. However, I kind of think it's mean that I called Tracy Frumpelstiltskin. I am definitely going to have to go with this scene as being iconic. I know it's iconic because I get asked about it all the time. I think I actually did this on my TikTok a while back where I like re-said the words, and I think that one went viral. The next scene we are going to break down is the fight scene. Dance moms are known to throw it down. Millions of fights. This fight at the front desk between Tammy and Christi with a Y was one of the wilder fights on the show. I really do, because where did it come from? Like, they didn't even know each other and they were like throwing it down with fists. I'm like, whoa, it took me like 4 years to get physical with Leslie, and here we are just like throwing it down after 36 hours. It's a lot.
Never in my entire life have I ever been involved in assault that Tammy has put upon me.
Shirts are flying off, pictures are flying off the walls.
Okay, before we talk about if this fight is iconic or insane, I have to say, first of all, they were really far apart. I don't know how they got so close together that it was like getting physical so quickly. That was wild. By far, my favorite part of that fight is Tracy screaming, "Tammy, my hair," because I'm pretty sure she pulled out her weave. Because her hair goes from being like this long to like this long, which, girl, I feel you. I wore a weave on Dance Moms all the time. I was always nervous. That's why I didn't want to get into all those fights. So I get that. And like, poor Tracy's just standing there minding her business. The next thing you know, she's outed on national television for having like a hairpiece in. Amazing. One of the things that I did not say about that fight was, first of all, they knocked things off the wall. Could you imagine if I had been in a fight at the front desk and knocked things off the wall? Talk about 911 being on speed dial. I was just sitting there filming it, and they didn't even get in trouble. I got kicked out of nationals for spilling a little drink. I mean, where is the equality? All right, so is this scene iconic or insane? I'm gonna go with insane. So the final scene that I'm gonna break down is the scene in the dressing room where Holly gets a load of our girls' costumes from Stiff as a Board, Light as a Feather versus the select team's costumes for The Reckoning. I did not remember this scene at all, and when I was watching this episode for Back to the Bar, I was actually like laughing so hard out loud.
Look how those kids are dressed compared to our kids. Why is that?
All week, I've been trying to hold my tongue, but once those girls in the select ensemble come out, my mouth just about drops open. Like, you gotta be kidding me. That competes with that. A $10 off the rack set of pajamas. That flower costs more than the pajamas. I mean, I don't want to be patronized. I don't want to be like dismissive, like, oh, it's fabulous. Be happy if you're $10 PJs.
I have to give a shout out to Holly because I know she didn't do this on purpose, but in my mind, she totally did this on purpose. Is her outfit and interview matched the Select Ensemble's Reckoning costumes. Like, she was wearing the same color and hers was kind of sparkly. So was her outfit in her interview a nod to how great their costumes were? Also, our costumes for our group dance, Stiff as a Board, Light as a Feather, terrible. They were terrible. I mean, look, we have worn uglier costumes on the show. These were pretty bad, especially because they were $10. We have had other $10 costumes, but these looked flammable. If the girls would have been too close to a curling iron, they would have went up in flames. Indignant Holly is maybe one of my favorite Holly moods. She is absolutely hysterical. She's like, where is the justification, or the justice here? And she's like, that flower costs more than that whole costume. And then she goes, be happy with your $10 flowers. When she throws up the jazz hands on the be happy with your $10 costumes, that is when I lost my mind. I am so glad that I was not in Holly's crosshairs a lot as far as arguments went, because she can hurt you with her words for sure. This to me is definitely an iconic scene. I say we have 2 iconics and 1 insane in this episode. So I need to hear in the comments if you agree with me, and if you want me to do this next week for Back to the Bar when we do the next episode. I could break down what scenes are iconic and which ones were insane as well. All right, well, if you're not listening to Back to the Bar, make sure you go check it out. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, do that as well. And drop a comment. Let me know if you agree with me and let me know if you want me to do this again next week. All right, see you guys later. Bye.